Back to Wishwell Farms, everybody, for another live stream. We are in the combine cab harvesting soybeans. All right, we got people jumping on already. Hopefully we got enough light. If I hold it way up there, we're just using the combine lights. Someone give me a thumbs up if we got good audio. I'm using my DJI mic Mini, or mic 2, instead of the onboard iPhone mic. So I need to know if it's working. Hey, we got a thumbs up. All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Sweet.
Cheeseburger. I can always count on Cheeseburger to show up. How's it going, buddy? All right, so in my last video, I talked about how the drought has been affecting our vegetable farm. And, you know, things are winding down. We've been struggling for the last few weeks to get a good harvest of green beans, sweet corn, some of the other crops that are irrigated on raised beds with plastic mulch. They're doing just fine for the most part. We'll get into that in a little bit later. So if you haven't seen that video yet, check that out. I will drop that link down in the description box. If I haven't already, I will after the live stream. But you know, this is just what happens at the end of the season. You know, things start, we often have dry weather like this, and you know, we're winding down. It's always a little bit sad wrapping at the end of the produce season, but you know, here we are just starting off with another harvest season. Soybeans and field corn, and Joel has been hard at it. We are.
I'm worn out.
You're going to be approaching 400 acres here real soon.
I had just
hit it?
in a moment.
Yeah, we're just hit 400 acres. Got a little bit of a shadow here. I'm trying to figure out the right place to hold this. So we have 900 acres of soybeans, approximately.
Yeah, then 400 corn.
400 corn. So Joel's got the other mic on. Give me another thumbs up if you can hear Joel good.
Can you hear me fine?
I mean, they're set exactly the same. I just want to make sure there's no interference because we're like 2 feet apart from each other. Sometimes they interfere with each other and we might just have to go using one mic. So hopefully we're coming through loud and clear. How's the beans looking? All right, yeah, we're here to talk about soybeans. Okay, another thumbs up, thank you. So give us the rundown on beans, Joel. Let's talk about the moisture, the yields.
It's been extremely dry, as we all know. We got a little rain last week, so that was great. It actually rehydrated the soybeans, so we're not harvesting them too dry. And the yields have been all over the place. We last, I don't know what day it is, Thursday.
Today's Thursday, yeah.
Earlier this week, we did, a lot of the fields have the hills around the home farm, and hills don't do too well with drought conditions.
Yeah.
And there'll be 30 bushels on the hills, and then down the valleys is actually doing about 70. So it just shows how,
Man, that's a big swing.
yeah, just all over the place. I mean, not the worst year. We've had worse. And
yeah.
Overall, it's been averaging about 40 to 55.
Okay.
And today, the past couple of days, I've been doing the flat fields, some of our big farm, about a mile from the home farm, and it's been averaging about 55.
Okay.
I'd say, which I'm happy with that for the lack of rain that we got.
Considering the weather we've had here the last 2 months. I know Southern Ohio is a lot worse off than we are. We did get a couple rains that Southern Ohio didn't get. They're in severe drought. Now, many of you who aren't from Ohio probably assume Ohio is very flat and good farmland, and a lot of it is, but we are in the highest point of Ohio, and my great-great-granddad settled in the highest, rockiest land there is in Ohio. So we're fortunate to get halfway decent yields that we're getting, that's for sure. Hi from Minnesota. I was just thinking about Minnesota the other day. I'm a big backpacker. I'm going to be doing some backpacking in Minnesota. Is that the land of 10,000 lakes? Yeah, is it like the land of 10,000 lakes? I'm going to hike the Superior hiking trail. I think it's like a 310-mile trail along Lake Superior from Canada to Duluth. How's the weather? So we got an inch of rain has it been a week now?
Yeah, at least a week.
Maybe a week, 10 days. Before that, we were 6 weeks with not a drop. I mean, we might have had a heavy mist that wetted the dust down one day, but other than that, it is bone dry. And this inch of rain we had 10 days ago is gone. I mean, my wife was out digging in her flower bed this afternoon, and it's like powder. I mean, just dry as a bone.
The grass at least started growing for a little bit.
Yeah, the grass did start growing back again. I'm going to try to check out some of these chats, guys, along the way here.
Need a Capri Sun.
Capri Sun, oh my gosh. A new subscriber. Hey, thank you. Or new to watching our videos. Appreciate it. Hello from PEI, Prince Edward Islands. Man, I would like to get up there. I got several people that follow me from PEI. So big pumpkin growers. How's the weather? So we just talked about that. It is very hot for this time of year. 85.
Yeah.
Yesterday, today, the next 3 days. We are getting some of those cooler fall mornings, like 53. I mean, it feels really like that crisp fall day. You know, the humidity's way down, so that makes a big difference. But yeah, the daytime temperatures are still getting brutal, but it takes longer in the day for it to get there. You know what I mean? So it's probably like 3 or 4 o'clock before we feel that extreme heat, and then it only lasts for a couple hours. Hello from Georgia. From Hampton, Georgia. I was watching a peanut grower. Have you ever seen people harvest peanuts?
No,
That is an awesome process.
That. Sounds pretty neat.
It digs them out of the ground, and the machine inverts them, turns them upside down so they dry. Then they come back through these great big harvesters, like combines, kind of.
And then shake it all up.
Almost like green bean harvesters.
Yeah.
Puts them all in a great big bin in the back, and then dumps them in the trailers.
That's cool.
It's really neat. The humidity is what kills you. Yeah.
Thankfully, it's like 30-40% humidity, if that.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah, I'm happy. That's been great.
Before we move on to some more of the chat, we didn't talk about moisture much.
Oh yeah, so the moisture.
It looks like it's about 11 right now. 10 and a half, 11.
Yeah, the moisture's been weird. Normally when it's this dry, it dries out much faster, like down to 8 and 9%, and you're losing about $50 an acre harvesting at 8% versus 13, which is optimum.
Wow.
And we're at 10 and a half right now, so we're losing about $20 an acre. I mean, you're never going to harvest exact perfect moisture. You just have to get it in because the weather is against you this time of the year. But yeah, moisture's been staying up, thankfully. It always rehydrates in the morning. The dew comes in, and the beans will kind of.
Oh, what'd you hit?
Grass,
A
waterway.
big clump of grass. Here, let me turn you guys around.
No, it's actually clean right here. It's not
Maybe
dusty.
I think I can just do that from the phone here.
Been one of the dustiest years ever.
Sorry about that, guys. We're in here harvesting. I always forget to turn it around and show you.
They don't want to see our ugly faces.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Hey, it's not dusty right here for a change. It's been so dusty you can't even see anything.
I think the wind's coming from the south.
Yeah. So we're facing the south, and the wind's blowing the dust behind us. So we were running a 35-foot head on a
S760.
760. 35-foot head on an S760. Jason, what's up? Hey, Jacob. Jacob Poucher. I've known Jacob forever. He started following all the Ohio YouTubers. The backpackers back in like 10 years ago.
Jeez.
Broke back harvesting. The heck's that mean? Broke back mountain? Is it because I'm sitting so close to my brother? I don't get it. Oh, here, I can turn you around and show you some of the beans.
I need to clean that window.
Going in the hopper. Sorry about how dirty the windows are. I wipe them off and they immediately get dusty again.
That's fine.
So another thing about our rocky hills of Logan County, Ohio, is all the gullies and washouts that we have to deal with. When you got all these rolling hills, when you get big rains, it creates these washouts, rain gullies, and we've had to put in a lot of grass waterways over the years, and that helps. But sometimes when it's really, really heavy rain, like several inches in an hour, it'll even create a new gully beside the grass waterway. It's the craziest thing. So, you know, we're constantly going in and out of these waterways. We don't have the luxury of these 300, 500 acre fields where you can drive 2 miles straight and not have to worry about anything. I mean, we're constantly on the alert looking for rocks and
I took on
chunks of grass. And
took on quite a few rocks today and yesterday.
tree limbs. You know, we got so many woods all around us. We're always battling tree limbs and dead trees that fall out in the field. And, you know, we try to get those pushed back in the spring before planting, but, you know, just don't get them all. Froze. Cheeseburger said froze. I don't know what that means, or what you're referring to. Well, I guess you don't want to answer simple questions. Queries. See you next year. What's the simple query? See you next year when you're setting up.
Farmer's market?
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'll try to answer some questions here real quick. So considering China has not ordered any beans from the USA, what is your plan with the crop? Okay, that was this question.
Oh.
Sorry I didn't get to it right away. Good grief, I got tons of chat coming in here, man. Have you heard anything about this? I just heard someone from Britain or Europe saying China's not buying their beans and they don't know what to do with all their beans.
Not buying China or Britain.
Yeah, you even heard anything
I
about
didn't
this?
know that.
Well,
I
you follow the crop reports.
Yeah,
and
I know
marketing.
China has not been buying any because they put a tariff on our soybeans. So they've been buying it from Brazil. I think they put a 23% tariff on us. Okay. And I don't know if that's just a retaliatory tariff. I don't know all the politics involved with the tariffs that we put on their stuff. But supposedly Trump tweeted something yesterday, I think, about got to talk with Z or whatever his name is, the Chinese guy, Chinese leader.
It's not affecting us in the short term right now, is it? Or
I mean,
our
prices are not, I mean, they're okay, but they're not great.
Yeah.
I
mean, corn's a lot worse than beans.
Corn's at, $4-ish a bushel, and heck. Sorry, I'm trying to get my auto steer lined up.
Turn you around again here.
And I'll just go straight.
So, we got auto steer, but Joel's in this, he's just opening up a new field, so we're trying to get it going here. Hey, James. Do we use a fungicide on our beans? I know we sprayed some on our corn, aerial.
Yes.
We had an aerial. Did we do it on the beans too?
We've been putting it on our beans too.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, whether it helped much this year with the drought, because a lot of times the fungicide, I'm probably saying it wrong, will help those extra pods, those flowers, to continue pushing instead of aborting. And we didn't get, because we didn't get any rain, I don't know if there's much of a benefit this year.
Yeah, but we did. I have a question. Do you find it hard to find reliable workers out there? Here in Thailand, young people don't like this kind of work. Are you referring to harvesting soybeans and field corn that we're doing now, or are you talking about on my vegetable farm? We don't need to really hire any help for the soybeans and corn. We only grow 1,300 acres. That's a pretty small operation in the U.S. And
I just need a truck driver.
Yeah, I mean, our nephew helps. A couple friends help from time to time, and I'll jump in there every now and then. So no, we don't need any help. Joel will run the whole entire harvest, and in less than 3 weeks we'll be done, if the weather cooperates, Lord willing. What was the other part of that question? Oh yeah, so for me, yes, it's been harder and harder every year to find good help on the vegetable farm. We did pretty good this year and last year. Last year was tough because they were all young kids that went back to high school and college. So it was just me and Emma finishing out the whole year. This year, my oldest son Gavin is out of college with a nursing degree. He's an RN, but he hasn't started his new job yet. He hasn't even really been out looking. He was taking some of the summer off to help me and to do some traveling. So it's been me and Emma and Elijah and Steven, and everybody's out of school. No one has college or high school, so it's been great this year. We've gotten things done a lot quicker and more efficiently. Please take a moment and like the video. Yes, thank you guys. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up. That'll tell YouTube to send it out to more people. Aloha, watching from Hawaii. Man, I watched, do you know who Jolly is? It's these Brits that travel the world eating all these Michelin star restaurants and all these food trucks and just good food around the country. They got like a couple million subscribers. They were just in Hawaii, and I'm telling you, the food they were eating looked so good. I want to go there just for the food.
Have some spam?
Well, they did eat some spam, like 10 different flavors of it. Do you have to do any deer depredation on your bean fields?
We haven't got a nuisance permit. We've got nuisance permits in the past because they just eat so many. We didn't mess with it this year. A buddy of mine, he flew his drone with a night vision camera across the field over here, about a 100-acre field. There's at least a dozen deer out there just chomping away in the middle of the night. You could see them with the thermal camera.
Is that right?
Like,
I never think about them being in the beans. I always think of them being in the corn.
Yeah, they're just maybe more than a dozen of them. So they've definitely hurt the yield some, but how much, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. We've had nuisance permits for many years, but yeah, we didn't mess with it this year. I noticed in my green beans, they were snipping the tops of the green beans.
Well, in your corn too.
Yeah, in the corn. They were, right when the corn was tasseling, they were biting where it comes out of the whorl, like the middle of the top of the plant, they were biting that section off. I don't know if it's that sweet, succulent, juiciness of the corn and the beans that they were wanting during this drought. I don't know, but They were doing it in the corn before there was any drought at all, even during big heavy rains. And it was mainly the fields closer to woods. So, you know, I can move my fields around to be less or further away from woods. That might help. Watching from Birmingham or Binghamton, New York. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm bouncing around a lot. It'd be nice if I had like a permanent tripod suctioned to the window
with a
of
gimbal.
the combine. Yeah. I'm trying to hold this as steady as I can. I mean, I got a tripod I'm holding the phone with, but you know, you're still jostling around because it's kind of bumpy out here. Canada. Love watching all you do. Thanks, man. Appreciate the compliment. Loves our channel. Watching from down under. Wow. It's Friday morning to you. What time would it be on the other side of the world right now? So yeah, it's
up.
8 p.m. here. Wow. So yeah, probably early morning on Friday. That's crazy. What are the soybeans yielding? So we are currently hitting a section that says 56, 57.
The average of this.
He talked about this earlier.
This specific field's only doing 42 bushel an acre. That's not a very good
35 to 60. We're
Yeah.
seeing it all across the board because of the different fields that maybe got different rains. You know, the hilly, rocky fields are getting lower yields. So
The places that have more organic matter, or organic, yeah, I'm saying that right?
yeah,
The organic content in the soil has a lot more water holding capacity, so that's
Right.
why those areas have just had better yields. They
Yeah.
withstood the drought much better.
we were talking earlier that we're happy with the yields we're seeing with how dry it's been. I mean, back in 2019, we were getting 15, 20 bushel an acre. I mean, it didn't even cover our cost.
A good season for us would be 60 to 65
Yeah.
for our farm.
Good fields might hit 70 in spots.
Yeah, we've had it on some field.
We are in high rocky ground of Ohio, the hills, the highest point of Ohio. Hello from Pennsylvania. I will be out in Pennsylvania next week for 5 days. I can't wait. I don't know if I should tell everybody what I'm going to be doing out there. I'm doing several things out there. One of them is backpacking. We'll just leave it at that. You guys stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so you can see what I'm going to be doing out in Pennsylvania for the next several days next week. Someone just said, give it a thumbs up. Let's push this video out. Thank you. Hershey Park? No, I'm not going to Hershey Park. I have been there, though, with my wife when we were first married 27 years ago.
Gosh, look how dusty it is.
Yeah, here, let me turn you around, guys. We'll take a break from the chat. This is what we're dealing with. This is an amazing amount of dust coming off this crop this year. And here's another thing. We were talking about this earlier. I was out here filming with Joel earlier for a regular video that's coming out next week. See the leaves all over the place? He goes out there and kicks that off like what, every half hour?
Yeah, every couple hours.
Every
or
couple
so.
hours? But it's crazy. You don't see the leaves out there on the plants, but they are there. Somehow, maybe they're the ones down lower on the plants. They're getting thrown up on the deck here.
I've never had
The
that
throat.
before.
Is that, what's that called right there?
I think that whole area is the throat.
Okay. I'll turn you back around when we go the other direction. And you can actually see something. Yeah, just a little dusty. I'm gonna try to back up on the chat here just a little bit and see if I missed anything good. Other than farmers markets around Columbus, do you take your products to Cincinnati? No. The furthest we ever went was Reynoldsburg, Ohio, which is just the east side of Columbus, and it's a 69-mile drive. So as far south, we used to do Springfield for almost a decade. So I'm sure you're familiar with Springfield. I mean, that's 35 miles south of us, but it takes like almost an hour to get there. So that one wasn't very good for us. And when we started ramping up our farmers markets around Columbus, we just realized that for us, it made more sense for all the trucks to go the same direction and just do as many Columbus farmers markets as we could. We were doing up to 14 each week when we were peaking back in 2005 to 2012, 2008 to 2015, somewhere in there. Now we are just sticking with our best 6, 8. I think we're up to 8 still. All right. Are you going to go see the Veggie Boys? Who else is out there? There's another farmer out there in Pennsylvania, not just the Veggie Boys. King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. What's King of Prussia?
Never heard of that.
Oh, it just sounds funny. Say hi to Brian, Daniel, Matt, and Andrew. Well, I don't know. They know who I am. I don't know how often they watch my videos. I've been messaging back and forth with Matt, and I had to postpone my trip for a week. I was supposed to be out there this Monday, Tuesday, but I had some things come up and had to postpone it a week. So it's gonna be, I guess it's next weekend, not this coming weekend. Have you had a thought of adding different types of practices to organic or regenerative agriculture? You're filming different farms. When you're filming different farms, farming different farms. I mean, we had the opportunity to go organic on a 100-acre field that was insecticide, which means it was out of production for 35 years, I think. And me and Joel were farming it on halves at that time when we got it. And there somewhere there was a mix-up and a blunder between communicating with me and Joel and Dad and the guys, the company we hired to spray our fields, and it ended up getting sprayed. So no, it takes a 3-year process to get your farms organic, and I'm not willing to go through all those hoops to make that happen. Joel may still want to tinker with that in the future, but I know myself and my dad are not. I raise my greenhouse tomatoes organically. I will never be certified. I'm not going to go through all the red tape and bureaucracy to become certified organic. I just call it chemical-free, pesticide-free, and we use organic growing practices in my greenhouse. So I've tried to on certain crops in the field, but then we'll have an infestation or an outbreak of insects or a certain disease that I cannot control, and it's either lose the whole crop and lose a ton of money, or go ahead and be able to spray something that is conventional and save the crop and just let my customers know that it is no longer chemical or pesticide free. That's probably as far as I'm going to go on that. You talked about filming this year for your later videos. You talked about filming this year. Okay, well, I guess I'm not really sure what you're talking about. I mean, we're almost done with harvest. In 3 weeks, we aren't going to have anything else to harvest on the grain farm or the produce farm. Harvest will be over. So I'll be diving deeper into things that are about farming, but not harvest. And I'll be visiting other farms. I have at least 3 lined up right now. I'm hoping to get another 3 or 4 lined up during the winter, further south. Watching from London, Ontario. Sorry if I'm missing some of your chat. How long will it take you to do the Superior Trail? I don't know. It depends how fast I do it. How hard and fast I want to do it. I'll probably relax. For me, a relaxing day is a 20-mile day. So probably 20, 25 miles a day. So you can do the math. You know, I used to do long trails for fastest known times. Just 2 years ago I did one. I still hold the fastest known time on the Sheltowee Trace, which is 350 miles. I did it in 6 days.
Insane.
It was, I averaged 56 miles a day. I had, most of my days were 45 to 65, you know, in that ballpark. Yeah, it's insane. I can't do it anymore. I'm not in that good a shape now. I'm going to Broyans, yeah. Yep. I'm meeting with Logan at Broyans and with the Veggie Boys. Hopefully. I mean, that's the plan. We'll see. You know, they could have something come up. It could be pouring down rain and they're not even doing anything. And, you know, it might not work out. We might be visiting with them in a greenhouse. Hillsboro. Backing up on the chat here a little bit. If there's someone out there that left a question in the chat that I missed way back, feel free to submit it again. I'm trying to keep up on them.
You need a tablet to do this on.
Yeah, that'd be way better. A mounted one right here in front of us, so I don't have to hold this thing. I'm still trying to figure all this out. The best efficient way to do this. How long will it take you to do this? Okay, we saw that. DeKalb seed. What is our seed? Forget. Bex? Not
no. Pioneer. I think it's.
I mean, we switch all the time. We're not.
We're not
always
to
just with
one
one brand. Yeah, we're not partial to one. Northport, Florida.
Asgrow, maybe.
Okay.
Broadbeck.
Broadbeck, yeah, there you go.
They probably changed names over to some other company.
Hey, Jason, the wife and I live in Northport and are planning to drive through the country your way. Do you allow visitors to stop and say hello? Yes, Charles, but you need to contact me ahead of time. I don't like surprise visits. I've had about 5 or 6 of them happen in the last year, and I can handle it, but my wife can't. My wife is not happy about that. So I'm happy to show you around, meet with you, but message me on Facebook Messenger or send me an email to jason@wishwellfarms.com and we can set something up. Dust Bowl 2025, that's what it feels like out here. All right, I'm just backing way up now. I'm probably missing new ones that are coming. Portugal, Ireland, my goodness. No bailouts for farmers, you know, especially produce farmers. Turn you around again here for a little bit. Let you watch the action. Instead of looking at my face while I'm scrolling through these chat comments. We painted our pumpkins out last week. Oh, planted out our we planted out our pumpkins. Oh my gosh, it's hard for me to imagine planting right now. Down under.
Oh.
Everybody's harvesting them around here. Actually, harvest is almost over. By now, pumpkin growers should have their harvest in and kind of kick back. Well, not kick back, but start selling all of them. Get them sold here in the next 3 weeks before it's too late. We've got about 3 good weeks of sales left on pumpkins. That final week kind of always sucks. Spent way too many hours doing that. We rarely run past 8. Duke gets us every time. Yeah.
Usually does.
Yeah, usually we're done by now. But it was been dry today. Do you notice it feeling chewy at all?
Not yet.
And the moisture's still 10.7.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll start noticing here pretty soon. There's a little bit of a breeze and the moisture's low, so
yeah,
I can use to keep going. I love nights like this.
We should be getting ready to dump here in a little bit. I'll show you guys that process. Randy's getting 60 beans, 215 corn. Not too shabby.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I wonder where that's from.
Actually, probably.
Well, the chat's still coming in. Well, the chat's still coming in. What the heck? There it goes. Hey, we just started back up. Okay, what time is it? It is.
Hey, Mike, this, once I fill you up, it might be good, sorry. Might be good to go after this one, and then we just call it a night. The dude's gonna start setting in here soon. Look, you still there?
So there's sorry we lost you guys there for a little bit. We're back. Hopefully it's back and normal. I see the time ticking up on the screen. We got our green truck right over there. We're gonna get ready to dump here in a minute. Did you need to talk to Mike again?
Trying to.
Oh, you're trying to?
Call it.
Okay.
No.
Beautiful night in the Midwest. Thank you, John. Highland what? Highland, Ohio? Highland, another state. Highland, North Carolina. There's Highland, North Carolina. 10 acres of pumpkin is picked in 12 more to go. Holy moly.
Hey, Mike, make this the last truck for you. The dude's going to start setting in here soon. And
Joel's talking to her.
Yep, you just take on back to the farm, dump
Mike.
it, call it a night. Yep, I still got to put a little bit more in there. Maybe another dump after this one. All right, perfect. Thanks.
Jacksonville, Florida. Man, that guy from down under, I think that's who it was from. Chad Lewis. 10 acres of pumpkins picked, 12 to go. Gosh, we never grew more than 4.
Oh my gosh.
5. I mean, think of that. Look, dozens and dozens of loads of pumpkins we can get off 5.
Must have a nice conveyor system or something.
Yeah. Well, it's like wingers.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
because that's what
Wingers always grow used to grow 30 or 40 acres. When will you finish the vegetable harvest? Are you dumping right now?
Yeah, he's coming to me here.
Yeah, you might as well just go over there. Just remember that we got to turn this back on for you when you're ready, if you want to talk again. What was that? Oh, Highland, Ohio, Hillsboro. I gotcha. All right, we're gonna step away from the chat for a minute, guys, and get this truck filled up. So this fella down here in the truck, his name is Mike. He was our hired hand on our dairy farm for over 20 years.
Probably 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was when, from my age, like toddler age, all the way till I got married. So until I was probably 25.
And he went and worked at Honda, I think.
Yeah, Honda of America is right down the road, 20 miles from us. All right, I'm gonna step outside so you guys can hear this action and I'll get back in. Are you gonna fill him up and get fuller than that?
One more little dump in there to finish him up. We should talk about the past
Here, I'm gonna give you a
dumps. I need to put one more little dump in there and you'll be good to go. Yep. All right, awesome, thank you.
Oh, I thought Joel was gonna hit the edge of that truck. Woo, that was close.
That would have been several days of repairs.
Yeah.
And another $20,000 probably.
And that was
a freaking auger.
Probably my fault because I was handing him the mic when he was looking at it. Gee whiz. All right, we've been gone for 33 minutes. We got 91 people currently on here. Oh, you're the PEI guy. Oh, okay, yeah. Chad, you've commented on some of my other videos. Yeah, the big pumpkin grower up there. Gosh, I would love to come up and visit your operation like right now. If I didn't have 5 greenhouses to clean up and cauliflower to harvest and 2 more farmers markets to finish out my season, I'd probably have to fly up there. I don't know if I want to drive 20 hours. Probably more than that. What else is going on with harvest? Anything else of importance? Oh, let's talk about the auger incident.
Yeah.
So in today's video, we talked about this briefly. Yesterday, we didn't get any harvesting done. We had perfect weather conditions, but we were not harvesting at all. Because the day before that, in the evening, right, is when it happened.
Yeah, right about this time, the auger, the pin was not in the hitch pin of the auger. Somehow it fell out. Never had a pin fall out of a hitch pin. So it was just, the auger was just sitting on top of the hitch, and our hired hand went to turn it on, and all of a sudden it just jumped off. It only dropped a foot, and in that 1 foot drop, my dad could hear the bang that it created. And it wasn't from the hitting, it was from the rotation, because it was on when it dropped, spinning at probably 500 RPMs. The whole auger is a 70-foot long auger with the flighting and all that stuff. Yeah. And it's spinning pretty fast, and all of a sudden it broke. It dropped and then snapped, and that snap was the loud noise that was created. So, took it up to a farm dealer, and we tore the whole thing apart. Found out it literally just ripped it in half, and it was going to take forever to get parts. We ended up long story short, we ended up just buying a new one, and we were going to sell the old one to them, but their only offer is $4,000, so we just decided to keep it. I'm just gonna fix it up this winter time, and then maybe sell it or keep it as a backup. But $24,000, $23 or whatever it ended up costing.
So we could have fixed it, but
We need
time is money right now. We
Yeah.
need to get out here and get moving. We can't wait days and days with perfect harvest conditions.
We got $500,000 or $600,000 worth of product out here. We got to get out.
Yeah.
And we can't wait a week for it, because with soybeans especially, you're losing, and corn, you're just more chance of it dropping on the ground and getting brittle, and the pods not holding things together. And corn too. It gets too dry, you can lose corn on the ground too.
You never know when we're going to get a big windstorm, a hailstorm,
Yeah.
or whatever, heavy rain.
Like last year, we had remnants of Hurricane Helene, and I saw it coming, so I switched to corn and got as much of the fragile corn harvested before potential storm could come and knocked it all down.
Yeah.
And that'd be a nightmare harvesting that.
Oh my gosh.
So now we got 2 augers.
Yeah, you were running around like a crazy man all day yesterday trying to get us all figured out.
Yeah, and then yesterday,
Taking that flighting out could not have been easy.
No, it wasn't.
This is a
wasn't very
Brandt
fun.
1070 auger, for those of you who know about augers. A 70-foot auger, a Brandt 1070.
Right.
It's blue.
I'm just going to show pictures. I got pictures of the. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. It's just one little spot. It sheared. There's a whole auger taken out. You can flip through the pictures.
Okay. So I don't know if you can see that. There's the 70-foot flighting. Is that all 70 foot?
That's 2/3 of it.
2/3 of it. Okay.
And then if you flip it one way or
Which
the other,
way?
there's
where
the
it
part that
broke off.
It's a tube
I know
inside of a tube. They just sheared it right off.
Wow.
And one part was too bent, and I have an Amish welder that does a really good job.
Yeah, he'll be able to fix it all up.
He
He
could
just
have
needs
fixed
some
it up.
time.
But we need to find the exact size of tube
Right.
to go inside of the other tube, and we wouldn't be able to get that in time.
There's one more picture of it.
We probably could have rented one too.
Yeah. Yeah. That might have been a good idea.
Yeah.
But I think you'll be able to sell this other one
Yeah, we can get.
for good money once we get it fixed.
we
'Cause it was
talked-
almost new too.
It was only 5 years old. Only
Yeah.
had 600,000 bushel go through it.
Okay.
Been bad for.
How do you know? You just kind of guesstimated
Just a
it?
quick guess.
Okay,
I
it
mean,
doesn't have a reader on it. 600,000.
Just guessing we do 120,000 a year,
Yeah.
maybe. Acre bushels. I mean.
We got someone named Bigfoot on here. Howdy, y'all. Hey, Jason, do you ever grow radishes? Are they profitable? You know, back when I first started vegetable farming, I tried to grow anything and everything under the sun. So I grew radishes, and I learned my lesson real quick that when you have radishes on bare ground and it's dry, and then you get a heavy rain and it's harvest time, they're all going to crack on you. So had thousands and thousands of cracked radishes and sold a couple bunches, and that was it. I've grown 10 different kinds of lettuces, spinaches, okra,
Raspberries.
honeydew, red raspberries. Never grown any fruit trees or any other kind of berries. What's some other weird stuff we've grown?
Oh, you
I've
still
grown 10 different colors.
Brussels sprouts,
peppers.
okra.
I got Brussels sprouts and okra
Oh.
growing this year. We just didn't get to it. You know, we're just spread too thin, and you know something's got to give. And the things that I know are not going to sell that good for me and don't make me a lot of profit, I'm going to let them go. Sugar snap peas, shelling peas, edamame, lima beans. My gosh, I've grown everything. So I always get all these comments about why don't I grow this or grow that. Chances are I've grown it, and I don't want to grow it because I either can't grow it well, it didn't grow well for me, or I don't have much of a market for it. I've grown 10 different colors and styles and lengths and shapes of eggplant. I mean, I could go on and on about everything in the vegetable seed catalogs that you open up in the off season. I've grown it. Onions. We've grown onions many times. I've never
Those
grown
actually
them from
did
seed
decent.
though. Are you going to top him off right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Now, for those of you who may be watching this or watch my channel that are younger, getting started, or thinking about getting started into this, you just got to do some trial and error. You know, put everything out there, plant a little bit of everything, and see what sells best for you. See what grows best on your ground. See what you enjoy growing. You'll get it all figured out. It's taken me 25 years to figure it out, but I've kind of nailed down the crops that I like, that grow well for me, and that sell good for me. I'm more about streamlining and efficiency now. What can I do and make a lot of money that's not going to work me to the bone? It's going to need to hire 15 or 20 kids, so I quit growing strawberries. Well, that's just one reason. I quit growing strawberries for like 5 or 10 reasons, but yeah, not having the labor force, not wanting to hire a labor force to fix strawberries anymore is why. One of the main reasons I got out of that. Hello from Kansas City. Wow. Microgreens. I don't know if I might not have ever tried microgreens. I like eating them. No, you got me there. That'd be a good one to grow hydroponically. You know, my wife's been wanting to grow lettuce hydroponically for years, and we just never did it. We almost, okay, so I used to have a half-acre high tunnel. A high tunnel is just a single layer of plastic covering a structure, and you can cover a lot of ground really quick and cheap. And they usually don't have electric or water or heat. Like that's called a greenhouse when you have a 2-layer poly system with electric, water, and heat. So the high tunnel, we grew tomatoes in it, and that was when we were doing 14 farmers markets. You know, I needed a lot of tomatoes early. So we were before we sold it, you know, I had it all cleaned out. We almost bought a hydrostacker system. There's a company in Florida called Hydrostacker. There's a bunch of different names of different companies out there now to do this. But it's a hydroponic stacker system, and you can grow microgreens, lettuce, strawberries, all kinds of things on them. So we almost did that, but I could not find a grower in the Midwest, or at least in Ohio anyway, that had a system in place that was profitable with it, or that it was successful. So I didn't want to take that risk. It would have been a huge risk. What do you think the bean yield is? Yeah, we've talked about this 3 or 4 times, but I'll tell you again if you're late to the show. 35 to 60, with an average of about 42, 44, 45.
Yeah, the whole farm's probably been averaging about 45, I would say.
There you go. So, not that great, but decent considering 6 to 8 weeks of no rain up here in the rocky high hills of Ohio. Oh, we got a few more people jumping on here. We'll keep her going until Joel can't stay awake any longer. I don't even know what time it is. 8:30. Oh yeah, we'll keep her going for a little bit. As long as you guys stay engaged or enjoying it. When I start seeing people jumping off the chat and it starts dipping way down, we'll get off. What else here? Hello from Belize. Wow. Belize is a place I have not been to yet. I've been on 4 Caribbean cruises. I've been to 13 or 17. I think 13 Caribbean islands. I have not been to Jamaica or Belize.
Yep, you're good.
Or Bonaire. I've been to
Yep, you can go.
Aruba
Yep,
and Curacao.
Yep, we'll do, thanks.
Curacao? I always thought it was Caraco. Curacao. Like Curacao pig. Curacao. Thanks, just joined. My brother farms in Fairfield County, Ohio. Lots of beans. Yep, we got a lot of beans and corn in Ohio. So I got a buddy down in Chillicothe. Those of you who are grain farmers probably are familiar with him. And he farms like 5, 6, 7, he might be 6,000 to 7,000 acres now. Brian's farming videos. So I've been wanting to come down and hop in a combine with him and do a live stream with him. It's just hard to get away when we're both busy, you know. But I watch his videos from time to time. He's in the middle of it, hot and heavy too. I'm 14 and I farm. Awesome. So when I was 14, I was dairy farming. I was a 4th generation dairy farmer until I was 28 years old. So that is all I knew growing up. Grain farming, baling hay and straw, chopping hay for our cows, raking hay, milking cows, feeding the calves, moving cattle around. All that good stuff that comes along with dairy farming. Climbing silos, having lots of fun on the farm growing up. Playing in the woods, in the ponds, in the creeks. I had a good childhood.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you think so?
Yeah, yeah, we're very fortunate, very blessed to have.
Now his childhood was kind of at a different time than mine. We're 12 years apart, but we did a lot of the same things.
I was more bullied.
Oh,
but we have another brother between us. He's 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
Jake's 12 years older.
Yeah.
It's all usually thrown around a lot.
me and my brother John we're like 15 years old and we're throwing 1-year-old Joel across the living room floor up in the air and catching him. Taking him up in 30, 40-foot trees when he was an infant.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I remember tying a rope on you.
Yeah, trying around my
waist. You were 5. I was 18. I built a tree house 35 feet in a tree. And he wanted to come up and he was not big enough to climb up the tree yet because I had railroad spikes pounded in the tree and that's how we got up.
Spaced way too far apart.
I tied a rope around his waist and hauled him up.
Mom didn't know about that.
Yeah,
probably.
we did some crazy stuff.
Then you let me free fall, I think, on the way down.
Could I spread fresh manure on a field this fall and moldboard plow it in the spring and plant vegetables in the spring, or would that be a risk? Man, I didn't have the opportunity to do that exact same thing with vegetable growing because I didn't grow vegetables when we had cows. I did, but it was only sweet corn. By the time I started expanding into tomatoes and green beans, which were the next 2 crops I added after sweet corn, we had already sold the cows. But we put fresh manure on all of our fields around the dairy for many, many, many years, decades. And we would plant row crops right into it the next spring and never had a problem.
I think mainly just getting the right concentration, not too,
Yeah.
don't make it too hot.
Yeah, you don't want to
Have
put
to
too much in.
Research a little bit on the potency you want to
When
put
we
on.
did poultry litter, it was 2 tons to the acre, but that's composted poultry litter. It was a little wet sometimes, but you know, manure, gosh, you're gonna have to do some research on that one. I can't answer that question for you, sorry, man. A local extension office, State University Extension Office might be able to help you with that, or just
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT could probably help you out. Yeah.
I was actually using ChatGPT for helping me refresh in my mind on the settings, because all it does is just search everything.
Right.
And all the forums, all the John Deere websites, and for checking some of the settings. And I mean, it's like, wow, this is pretty spot on with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
amazing.
incredible how accurate it is
Right.
with stuff. Still have to question it.
Yeah. The good old years. Hello, brothers. Hi from the Bronx. Oh my. Always look forward to enjoying your episodes and your supersonic energy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe compared to other guys my age, I probably seem pretty energetic, quick moving, agile. Yeah, I am probably for my
Or
age.
50 something. 51?
Yeah. But I do get tired quicker than I used to when I was in my mid-30s. You know, when I was in my late 20s, all the way through my 30s, man, I was a working machine. I put everything I had into growing my business and raising fruits and vegetables, mainly vegetables. Yeah, strawberries and melons are fruits. And you know, just building a clientele, building up a customer base, farmers markets, all that good stuff. I'll have to do some videos on that this winter. Yes, Brian Farm. I hope, if everything goes according to plan, visiting Brian's farm and Veggie Boys here in 10 days or so. Yeah. Hopefully we have good weather. So yeah, I was just getting ready to say that in the off season, that'd be a good video topic to talk about how I built my business, how I started, where I started. You know, we're going to do a farm history video, but that's totally different. That's going to be going way back to how I got to where I am now, or maybe before me even. You know, talking about our dairy and my grandpa and great grandpa and all about our farm, and then you know, I'd like to get into more specifics about how I started my farm. I was not handed a vegetable farm. I started from scratch. Now, I did have help from my mom and dad, some financial help early on, I'm sure. Cheap land rent, you know, so I could rent their land to grow my crops on. So mom and dad had to give up growing corn and beans on, at one time I had 85 acres. I'm down to about 55 now. They have to give up that land and I pay them a rent so I can grow my vegetables on their land. I don't really own any land except for where my house and barns are. But yeah, we'll get into all those details, specifics. So for those who are young and wanting to get started in this, because I would not recommend starting it if you're my age. If you're wanting to retire as a vegetable farmer, oh man, I don't think I would recommend that.
Oh, there's a couple I met at the Indian Lake Fall Festival. That,
Yeah, I ran into them.
Oh, yeah. They're from,
Where did I see them?
Where were they from? They're from somewhere near 75, like Sydney or
Okay.
not Walmart, but yeah, they've been growing maybe 4 or 5 acres, I think, of cantaloupe. So a few
Now, something that's easy to pick would be like sweet corn.
Yeah.
If you have the land and you have a little roadside stand, you could even do self-service.
Just not the scale that you're doing.
Yeah,
If you're trying to retire.
Just something that's going to make you some extra income on the side, maybe, to supplement your retirement, maybe. But I wouldn't want to go into a full-time from scratch, man. Oh my. You know, trying to make a career out of it, that kind of thing. That's supporting a whole family. Oh, hey Jason. My wife Tweety says hello. Hey Tweety, Charles and Tweety. Hello everyone, please take a moment, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, hey, I got 100 people on here, so I'm just going to say it again. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any of our new videos that come out twice a week right now. During the summer, I do 3 a week. Right now, I'm back to twice a week. So every Monday and Friday, I'll be releasing a new video. And this time of year, it's going to be all about all kinds of different stuff. But I'm going to try to stay focused on the niche of vegetable farming and grain farming. You know, my life as a farmer. And driving around and visiting other farms that do similar things to me, maybe different crops that are new to me though that I don't grow, to kind of showcase them on my channel when I'm not able to harvest and grow something, and maybe wanting to put something fresh on my channel to keep it interesting and educational for you. I'm going to try to find some growers that are willing to share their farming life with me on camera for you guys to watch. I think it'll be fun. It gives me a chance to enjoy one of my favorite pastimes, which is RV camping with my wife. We'll make some videos at the same time.
Big question, you get wife on camera?
Yeah, I get a lot of people ask, like, who is we? When I'm talking about things I'm doing when I'm out, even on my other channel, RV camping, backpacking, and hiking. A lot of times, or kayaking, I'm talking about we, and well, specifically the RV camping. And it's not, I'm not referring to me and my dog. I'm referring to me and my wife. But my wife doesn't really want to be on camera. So that's fine. You're just going to see me. I am the face of Wishwell Farms Produce. He's now the face of Wishwell Farms Candy Company. Is that what it is?
Well,
That, you have a company called Wishwell Candy Company.
Yeah, well, actually, there's a YouTube. My wife started a month or two ago.
Oh yeah, let's plug her channel real quick.
Is it Little Wishes?
Little Wishes Farm.
Yeah.
So those of you who may be new to the channel or haven't been, or maybe missed this video a couple weeks ago, his wife Jody has recently started her own YouTube channel called Little Wishes Farm. And I'm sure it's referring to all the little animals or little kids.
We got a couple little kids. They're not really in it most of them. Like, we don't show their faces most of the time, but she has a lot of sheep and goats, or we have a lot of sheep and goats, and a bunch of cows. We actually just had a baby Scottish Highland. Have you seen them yet?
No.
Cute little, finally, we bought this heifer during COVID, a Scottish Highland heifer in a bull. And she's been pregnant twice. Both times one was a stillborn and the other was breached. And this is the third time she got pregnant. Finally had a beautiful little calf, a little female, just 2 days ago. Already feisty, running around like crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Good and healthy?
Yeah.
Strong and healthy. All right.
Yeah, so she'll be making a video of that soon.
Cool. So yeah, check out Little Wishes Farm. If you're watching this after the fact, look down in the description box. I'll try my best to remember to put a link down there so you can find her channel quick and easy.
Yeah, there'll be other stuff. I'll show a little bit of stuff that I do on the farm too.
Yeah.
I do maple syrup as my winter time thing, and we do freeze dry candy and a bunch of garlic too. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff.
I forgot to film your garlic planting and harvest this year. I missed it all.
Yeah, I'll be planting again here in a month.
Okay. So last year's, in 2024, I got planting and harvest garlic videos, I believe.
Yeah, you got everything last year.
Yeah, Little Wishes Farm. So yeah, Jody and her goats and sheep and Joel and their 2 little kids who are 3 and 1?
4 and 2.
4 and 2.
And one in the belly right now.
Oh my, I forgot about that. He's got to be a daddy of a 3rd child. Woo. You're going to have your hands full.
Yeah.
So I think she's close to 500 subs.
No, yeah, I think so.
450,
well,
500. I haven't looked recently. So let's give her another little bump, help her get to 1,000 subs so she can start working on that monetization. Help pay for this 3rd child. In your habit of buying more goats and sheep. All right, see if we missed anything in the chat here. We're going to wrap this up here in a little bit. Looking forward to you visiting the Veggie Boys and the Bruins farm. Yeah, hopefully it all works out. I'm looking forward to it too. Because the day before I get there, I'm going to be backpacking a 44-mile loop called the Black Forest Trail in north central PA in the PA wilds. So I've hiked a lot of the Pennsylvania trails, the Susquehannock, the Queen Hannah, and I have West Rim, the Oil Creek. I have not done the Black Forest. Those three of those trails are interconnected. So I'd love to do them all together. That'd be pretty cool. But I'll be on the Black Forest Trail with a buddy of mine from Philly. And after we finish that up we'll be doing it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll slip over to RUINING My Veggie Boys. Hopefully the weather's good. That all works out. What would be cool is if Veggie Boys is in the middle of potato harvest. We grow a lot of potatoes.
Cool
I'd like to help them harvest.
That's
potatoes.
something you haven't messed with, is it?
No. Yeah, I have grown potatoes once. You know, just a small plot, like 20 feet, just to trial it. Let me turn you around a little bit here, guys. We got the wind blowing in the right direction. It's not real
The waterway.
dusty out. Yeah, Joel's watching out for this waterway right here. He's right on the edge.
I don't want to mow all that grass. It bogs the combine
Yeah.
down. So I'm trying to skirt that line.
Gotcha. All those foxtail.
Yeah.
Probably getting full to dump again, aren't you?
No, she's only a third or half. Haven't been doing good here.
We got a lemon farmer from Thailand. He's getting ready to go harvest lemons.
Huh.
I could go for some fresh lemonade right now. That sounds really good. I'm really thirsty.
Got some
All
water.
this dry dust making me thirsty.
There's a water underneath it.
I got one.
Oh, I need one. You got a fridge. Show the refrigerator down there.
Okay. How do you get it open?
Just pull that right there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's a little dark.
I'm gonna drink some nasty Mountain Dew.
Oh.
I don't drink pop very much, but need a shot of some crappy caffeine. What's bogging down right there?
Yeah, you can
Jeez.
really hear it.
Yeah. It's really wet right here. Moisture's climbing 15, 16. Wow. Right there's the moisture and the yield.
Really bad yields right there. Oh, it just jumps all over the place. 32 to 62, 66.
Sometimes it bogged. It
Yeah.
flows a big bunch, goes through,
Oh,
then it throws
okay.
off the actual reading.
Yeah.
Now
How
that-
full are you? You gonna go down the back again?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
All right, we're gonna go. Well, my truck's at the other end.
Oh,
You have another truck to dump in?
yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably go for a little while longer. I haven't dumped yet in the other truck.
Okay. Really enjoy the videos. Go Bucks. Oh man, the Buckeyes play this Saturday. They had a bye week last week. I don't even know who they're playing. I forget. Yeah. Buckeyes are the only sports I watch. I don't watch any pro ball, any college, anything. Only other thing other than Buckeyes I watch is a little bit of track and field. I like watching runners. How do you deal with wildlife eating your crops like deer and raccoon? All right, we've already touched on the deer issue. We've gotten nuisance permits in the past. We didn't get one this year. The deer aren't that devastating to us. I mean, I've had them pull out $5,000 worth of strawberry plants before. So yeah, I mean, they have been a problem in the past. They went right down the road and mowed them off. Raccoon were a big problem this year in our sweet corn. I lost thousands of dollars to raccoon in the sweet corn patch this year. And they're making a comeback. I've talked about this in a video that's coming out Friday or next Monday, because we're getting near the end of our harvest of sweet corn, and I've got a couple of sweet corn harvests coming up. And there's raccoon damage in our late corn, which I have not seen much in the past. They typically just like the early corn. I think the drought causes them to come out looking for that moisture, so maybe that's why they're in the corn, in the late season corn this year. But about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe it's 8 years ago, I lose track of time, my son and our neighbor, between the two of them, they trapped and hunted 600 coon in a 2-year period. And for like 3 or 4 years after that, we didn't hardly have any coon damage at all in our sweet corn. It was amazing. But they have made a huge comeback. Do you remember that patch you helped harvest? It was when Joel first came to help harvest sweet corn back in mid-July.
Oh,
This
this
patch
year.
number 2. There was literally 5 years.
Yeah, it's terrible.
On an entire pass.
Worst I've ever seen.
That should have been 100 dozen. I mean, it was terrible.
And late. You're talking the early or late
Yeah,
stuff?
the early
Oh,
stuff. The early
oh.
stuff. Remember that one block by the creek there? right behind my grape house.
Yeah, it was
It was
horrendous.
horrible. I mean, they just completely.
You used to put an electric fence up.
Yeah, so
That helped.
I've never really. I might have done a double strand once, but normally it's just one strand about 8 inches off the ground, and that deters them pretty good. But man, is it a pain putting that thing up.
Keeping weed whack. Weed
Yeah,
whip.
you gotta. I usually walk around, spray it, weed whip it, and then you gotta wrap it all back up. And you know, if I could just find the right variety of corn that I know the coon will stay in and not bother my other corn, maybe I'll just plant that as sacrificial trap corn around the borders. I don't know, but that's where they like to go. Is not in the middle. They won't touch it usually on the outside. They like to be hidden inside the patch. So sometimes driving around, you think it looks good until you get out there harvesting and you're deep into the patch, and that's where you start seeing all the damage.
You're getting smarter.
Yeah, it seems like it. Man, this brings me back. I used to sit in our combine as a kid with my grandfather. We had 1,400 acres, farmed soybeans and field corn.
Huh.
It's about the exact same size as our farm. We were at 1,500 acres for a long time. Never really combined with my grandpa, but yeah, many hours in the year with my dad. By the time, yeah, I think I was still pretty young. My grandpa had a stroke. He had his first heart attack when he was my age. Can you believe that?
That's crazy. And Dad too.
Yeah, my grandpa and my dad both had heart attacks when they were 52. I'm going to be 52 this morning. And drove himself to the hospital having a heart attack. I can just picture him right now. Oh my gosh. Then he had 2 more. I think he had 3 heart attacks in his life. He had and a stroke.
That one did the worst. The stroke.
You know, after the heart attacks he was fine, but after the stroke, you know, he had ruined one side of his body, and you know, he wasn't able to farm anymore. He watched his farm from his front porch. Grandpa's been gone since 2002. Grandpa died the year after we sold our cows. So he was there to see the sale of the dairy. And it was a kind of a sad time for him, you know, because he grew up. You know, he didn't start it. His dad and his brother did, but you know, he was milking cows from the day he could walk.
We don't miss the cows though.
No.
I miss seeing them out in the pasture.
Yeah, that's
milking them.
Yeah, there's hardly any money in dairy farming anymore. I mean,
and the monotony of it.
There's the economies of scale. I mean, that's why all the dairy farms are 1,000 and 2,000 head now. You know, you still see some smaller ones out there. Small ones today are like 200-300, I guess. 600 is kind of a small, medium-sized dairy now. Like the one Henry's, don't they?
Henry's, yeah.
400 or 600
I think about
head?
600. They milk.
Jeez, I can't imagine. But that's what I went to school for. I got a degree from Ohio State University in dairy science, animal sciences with an emphasis in dairy. So I learned all about genetics and nutrition and physiology, anatomy, all that garbage. You know, it was the same classes that pre-vet students were taking. I was in classes right alongside them. The minor in agriculture business. So, yep.
Are there any questions?
Yeah, I don't know. Any questions about it? Nope. Minnesota night game. Oh, we're playing in Minnesota. Thank you. Yeah, we're not getting any new chat. Yeah, it's probably about time to wrap this up. We're over an hour. Wow. Okay. Is my truck on the other side?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ride one more round back in my truck, and we're going to wrap this one up.
I might dump. Not sure if I'll make it back safely at 100.
Family history. Please take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I check out good. I must have more on my mom's side than me. I don't know.
It's probably all that ice cream and sugar and just.
Yeah, I mean, they grew up in a different time, you know. A lot more, you know, they didn't know all the health benefits of things we know today.
Let's hope we know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel
think
like
we know.
I've had some tests done. I mean, I'm as healthy as a horse right now.
I'm just glad he's 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
See what happened to him first, and I'll change my diet, lifestyle, whatever.
These are fun. Thanks for doing them. I appreciate you watching.
12 years older, man.
Time to start thinking about semi-retirement. Man, was there something else we were talking about earlier that we thought we were going to talk about in the live stream? I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
Like the auger, we got that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a question for all you folks that are watching right now. There's still 100 people. Oh, no, it's down to 90. People are starting to drop off. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. So when Joel was 4, he got caught in a grain bin auger, unloading auger, in the center of a grain bin. We touched on this briefly during his garlic video last year, but you know, my channel is quadrupled in size since we talked about this. I want to do a video this winter about Joel's accident. I have some pictures from when he was 4 years old of his leg with the cast on, of the grain bin, you know, all that stuff. And we'll share the story of what happened to him. And we'll talk about farm safety a little bit in that video, because he should not have been in there in a grain bin while we're unloading wheat as a 4-year-old. So it was pretty much a miracle that he still has his foot.
Yeah. I worried that I didn't bleed to death.
Yeah.
Too.
So he just care flighted out right away. So yeah, we'll get into that. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing that video. Here, quit looking at me. I'm sitting here looking out the window. I forget that you guys can't see what I'm seeing. Time for bed. Oh. You gonna fill this one up and call it a night? And drive it home?
Yep.
Okay. Got Joel's garlic this week. Going to be planting that in a few weeks. Thanks, Joel.
All right, awesome.
Myers Family Farms.
Where are you at?
Myers Family Farms, where are you guys located at? Maybe he'll remember sending it out. Is there any disease or bacteria stuff on that you got to worry about plants can give people consuming it?
For
Are you referring to my vegetable crops? Not really. I mean,
Dad.
okay. We just run it through a veggie washer with pure water, and it's put in a cooler and sold right away. Now, if I was wholesaling to supermarkets, groceries, distribution centers, you know, I'd probably have to be. There's like a 3-tiered GAP certification, you know, third-party GAP certified, good agricultural practices. So, you know, I would have to do that if I was selling other than just selling directly to direct to consumer at farmers markets. Oh my goodness! Sorry about that, guys.
One of them gullies
Yeah.
formed on the side of a waterway.
All right, if you're just now tuning in, we're going to be wrapping this up here in just a few minutes. We're harvesting soybeans. My truck's at the other end of the field, so as soon as we get down there, we're going to wrap this one up. I'm ready to go home and hit the hay. People want to hear the childhood story, and we'll make a full video about it. Illinois, Myers Family Farms from Illinois.
Okay.
Remember
Perfect.
sending that out?
Yep. Plant that here in the end of October.
So what foot was it? Your right one, right?
Right one, yep.
Oh, I'll turn this around. I meant to.
I'll show you one of the scars. It goes all the way.
Man, so you know when you're
All the
little,
way around.
this scar right here was probably all the way down here, but you got sucked in deep into that
Yeah,
auger.
there's another scar down here. So the auger blades, one hit of the flighting hit here and here.
Yeah.
Back when it was, well, when the leg was about that tall.
Yeah. You've had multiple surgeries to
yeah.
straighten your foot up, because it was starting to roll this.
And it was starting to grow inwards like this, like growing in, and then
Yeah.
I wasn't really walking very flat. I was walking on the right side of it. So I still do walk on the right side. It wears
Yeah.
my shoes out a little bit more uneven. But I've been able to run. I ran cross country. I pole vaulted in high school, and
Yeah.
I ran a half. Never done a marathon, just a half marathon.
You did do a half marathon?
Yeah.
Probably about killed you, didn't it?
Yeah. My foot actually did hurt quite a lot.
Oh man.
Like, yeah, that's enough for me.
So we might as well just share a quick story about it, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
We were sweeping out the grain bin, cleaning it out, the final load. It was, the auger was off. We've been sweeping it with a broom. I wasn't. I was milking cows. I was probably 17, 18.
It was me,
Right.
my brother, our brother John, and my dad, and then the guy outside with
Yeah.
the truck.
Yeah, the truck driver was running the auger, the throw switch for the auger outside the grain bin.
And before all of that, I was actually just climbing around in the beans. So there's an auger sweep.
Right,
You
it
mentioned
goes
that.
around and around in the bin to bring all the grain to the center.
It's a 30 or a 27 foot diameter. And then I was just playing around in the wheat, and just having a good old time. And then I guess everything was turned off, and they swept everything to the center, just finished cleaning up. And I saw that pile of grain. I don't remember this part, but that's what they told me. I saw that last pile. The guy on the outside turned it on like he's supposed to finish cleaning everything out. Then he sensed something was wrong, so he turned it off right away. And within that second or two, my leg got pulled into the auger, and then probably turned at 90 degree and just chopped. It would have kept pulling my leg in and just ripped it off completely.
Yeah.
But thankfully it stopped and only hit the first two blades, the first foot of my foot section of it. And then they reversed it, pulled my leg out, and then my brother took his shirt. I remember this part. Took his shirt off, wrapped it around, and they just laid me down, waiting for the ambulance. And I remember looking at my leg before they put me in the stretcher. I didn't cry. I was just in complete shock because I was only 4. And I remember looking at my leg like, wow, it looks like strawberry jello jiggling around.
Oh,
and the
wow.
only annoyance, no pain, the only annoyance I had was it was so bright when I was laying on the stretcher right before they put me in the ambulance. Goodness gracious, get me in the ambulance. It's so bright.
Man.
I mean,
that is crazy.
just I think they said I didn't cry at all. It was just crazy. I was protected that it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
The biggest fear later was the infection. The doctor was like, this is a miracle that you didn't lose your leg from infection. Dr.
Wow.
Keen.
So we'll do a full video about that with pictures and everything from when the accident happened. All right, folks, everybody's jumping off here. It's time to wrap this up. We're back at the other end. I'm ready to get in my truck and go home and go to bed. Got another big day tomorrow. I don't know, down by the
Down
woods.
this way.
So don't forget to check out the link down below for the drought video I just did on the vegetable crops. And what else? There's another link a link to his wife's channel, Little Wishes Farm. I will drop those down in the description box below for you guys.
You're way down there.
Yeah, I can just walk down.
Okay.
So, alrighty, folks, we're signing off here. As always, thank you so much for watching. I just spit everywhere. Take 2. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And we will see what we'll get next time down on the farm. Good night.
Cool.